The world is gaga for SUVs. People want a vehicle that can fit all their friends and family, has a ton of space for their stuff, and the chance to sit higher than the folks in their puny hatchbacks. The thing is, you can get all that and more from a minivan.
Chrysler Pacifica hybrid minivan starting at $40,000 might not look as swanky as the SUVs and crossovers clogging our roadways. But if you're going to discount it just because you don't want to look like a soccer mom, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Maybe you drove a minivan in the 80s or 90s and you remember it feeling like you were piloting a mobile bouncy house. Well, forget that feeling. This minivan, it almost feels like an entry-level luxury vehicle, which is really nice because Chrysler also went to great pains to reduce the amount of body roll that you would find on something this big.
Plus, thanks to the battery pack under the passenger area, it can travel up to 33 miles in EV-only mode. I got about 25 miles during my test in San Francisco and surrounding areas because, well, hills. In hybrid mode, the Pacifica Hybrid is rated at 84 miles per gallon equivalent. I averaged about 60 miles per gallon equivalent while the battery was charged. When it was depleted, I got about 28 miles per gallon, which is pretty close to the stated 32 miles per gallon for gas-only mode. Remember that 60 miles per gallon equivalent is in a vehicle that can drag your family and friends around town while still having enough room to hit up the grocery store for a week's worth of supplies.
In fact, with the rear seats down, there's enough room to put almost all your stuff back here. You can put surfboards, tents, lumber from Home Depot, all the dogs in your neighborhood, they'll fit back here. In fact, you can actually put soccer gear back here.
Sadly, the middle seats don't stow and go like the regular Pacifica because of the hybrid battery pack. But you can pull them out if you and a friend need to bring enough Burning Man supplies to feed an entire camp of steampunks.
I do have an issue with the seats though. They're just not that comfortable. They feel harder than they should be, especially in a vehicle where you're going to be spending a lot of time either on a road trip or just running around town doing errands. But at least they're easy to clean. There is some weirdness with the car where it has both adaptive cruise control, which you would expect on a car, but also regular cruise control. Why would you have regular cruise control in addition to adaptive cruise control? And it's weird because I know this car has adaptive cruise control, but I turned on regular cruise control and almost just ran into another car.
Fortunately, Chrysler didn't skimp on its Uconnect infotainment system. The 8.4-inch touchscreen is one of the brightest I've seen. The design is clean and easy to navigate without too many submenus. Plus, it supports Android Auto and CarPlay. For the folks in the back seat, the Pacifica has screens that don't just play movies but also games like Solitaire and Sudoku. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid is a surprisingly enjoyable vehicle to drive, and the incredible amount of room for people and gear will definitely appeal to families and folks with active lifestyles.
But it looks like this.
It's a minivan, and well, those are not cool. In fact, they've never been cool. No amount of logic will get people to change their minds and buy something with sliding doors instead of an SUV with ground clearance they'll never need.
But if you're in the market for something that can haul your friends, your family, all your gear, and gets great gas mileage, pull yourself away from the SUVs for at least a few minutes and check out the Pacifica. Because soccer moms, they're onto something great.